guys, welcome to a San Diego Comic-Con 2016 wrap-up show. Today we are talking movies. There was so much shit this year, I actually had to split this up into two podcasts. The first one we're recording is for the movies, like I said. The next one we're going to be doing is television, so if you're curious about our thoughts on like Game of Thrones, Walking Dead, Flash, etc., that's going to be on the next episode. But the first thing I have to say is I am always so excited for Comic-Con. Like, it is like Nerd Christmas. It's my favorite time of the year. As soon as I have to write college thesis papers just to cover the material at Comic-Con, by the time I'm done, I'm just like, it took me 2 days where I was supposed to be working to get all of this prepared.
But yeah, know how it feels to be like Colbert at the RNC.
Dude, Chris Hardwick. Does Chris Hardwick just hate everything because he covers literally everything for his job?
I'm surprised he sees any movies or TV shows.
Right? I bet he doesn't. He just pretends he does, and he's so awesome.
He's just going to work.
Yeah.
He's probably like when Jon Stewart showed his backroom people that have to watch Fox News all day. They're like bleeding out their eyes. That's probably Chris Hardwick.
Basically. The way I grouped both of our podcasts for this stuff is we are running separate genres of miscellaneous, DC, and Marvel, and today we are starting off with the miscellaneous stuff just because there wasn't that many as far as movies. There was a lot more tidbits I noticed throughout all of Comic-Con for television because we talked about it before, half the big movie studios weren't even there.
Yeah.
So there is a shit ton of Marvel, there's a solid amount of DC, and then there is hardly anything. I just found it really odd. There was no Power Rangers trailer.
Yeah, that's one thing you and I expected.
Power Rangers, and
at least a teaser.
Philip and I were talking about this too the other day. I asked him what month Power Rangers comes out. He said it comes out in March. How many months away is that?
I thought it was February, but he's right.
So we're about to be in August right now.
Yeah, it's not far away.
It's like 7 or 8 months away. And it wasn't one of those things where their studio pulled out of the convention because they had the props and stuff there.
Yeah.
How the fuck do you not throw together a 15-second teaser for Power Rangers at Comic-Con at San Diego?
I've been trying to figure out if it wasn't there, what is it going to be on that we're going to see? Do we know what studio it is?
Paramount, maybe?
Paramount?
I can't remember, though.
What's Paramount got besides Transformers?
The big one they have is Star Trek, I believe.
Oh, we know it wasn't on that, so we would have heard about it.
Maybe they were worried about being overshadowed,
maybe.
But that doesn't really show good confidence in your product if you're afraid to bring... Like the first thing we're going to talk about, like, Kong Skull Island had a trailer released.
Right.
That is less of a Comic-Con thing than fucking Power Rangers.
Yeah.
I thought it was very odd, and I thought it was a complete missed opportunity by them.
Yeah, I at least throw together a teaser with some Zordon voiceover.
All you need, 5 seconds Bryan Cranston, 5 seconds of sound effects, 5 seconds of the logo, fucking done.
All you need is just a few seconds of Bryan Cranston as Zordon, and then when the release date comes up, just have Alpha 5 going, aye, and then you're done.
Exactly. How difficult is that?
You're done.
Especially when was the first image?
Give me a silhouette of the command center with the lights off.
Especially, we had production quality images of fucking Effie from Hunger Games, Elizabeth Banks. Yeah. That was like 5 months ago. It seems like.
Yeah,
I thought it was very strange. I don't know what they're doing. I'm frankly even more concerned for the movie now. If they felt they couldn't get something either worth not being overshadowed, or they were just worried about their quality.
They got to be behind in production, right? It wasn't that long ago that they announced Bryan Cranston, so they're still casting.
And if they stick by that release date for spring, whenever it is of next year, I'm really worried about that movie. But yeah, we're going to talk about the first thing we did get a trailer for, and I was actually taken aback a little bit by this because this is the first one we're going to talk about is actually Kong Skull Island, the first look.
Now, on costume alone, by the way, there's several images in this where Tom Hiddleston reminds me a lot of Nathan Drake.
I can see that, yeah. Especially with they have kind of like a brownish color tone to it that kind of screams Uncharted. I actually kind of looking forward to this now. I thought it was a pretty solid trailer.
Yeah, it'll be worth a watch. Anything has to be better than Godzilla, but...
Okay, I will say, I don't give a shit about King Kong. I never have.
I never have either.
I love Peter Jackson. I couldn't care less about that King Kong movie.
I had to screen it.
It took
through.
Of course, intentionally.
Yeah.
No, but you tell me fucking Loki and Brie Larson fighting with Samuel L. Jackson and John Goodman in supporting roles, I'll watch that shit. I thought it looked pretty solid.
I have a feeling that, you know how in Godzilla was always underwater and was always in shadow because it was night? I have a feeling that King Kong is always going to be silhouetted by the sun throughout most of this.
I bet you we get with this one, because this is still the same studio behind Godzilla. I'm hoping...
And that movie was fairly well accepted by the general audience.
Yeah.
So they have no reason to really change their ways.
I know. I'm just hoping they listen to a little bit of the negative feedback, because a good portion of the population generally really liked the movie, but critically, people did kind of go to town on it. So I'm hoping at least the whole third act
I keep
King
saying
Kong.
It's going to be our first rant tracks.
Yeah.
Godzilla.
So. Either that or Dark Knight Rises.
Now, I'm really hoping that they do fix some of that here in Kong Skull Island, because I have never given two shits about Godzilla versus King Kong, but I couldn't care less about I almost said that backwards. I couldn't care less about King Kong, but I actually really do enjoy even the old school black and white rubber suit Godzilla movies and stuff. And if you're gonna, I don't want them to do what Batman vs. Superman did with Godzilla and King Kong, where I get my 5 seconds of Batman vs. Superman and it's all fucking silhouetted or underwater. You know, I
agree with you. But
I'm going to be very upset if this is not an improvement.
I'm thinking at least their script's pretty solid, because, like I just said, okay, Samuel L. Jackson, John Goodman, Brie Larson, and Tom Hiddleston. That's A game right now. That's bringing it with the cast.
It also kind of worries me.
I mean,
because that movie showed us shit of Godzilla, and we've got King Kong now, and with that kind of cast, no reason to fucking see King Kong.
I don't know. I'm cautiously optimistic. The fact is,
for the high profile actors that they have in it, it has to be a more solid script at the very least. But
my thing is the fact that we've talked about it for this long. They did good, because you and I don't care about King Kong.
Yeah.
We're actually, I don't know, I'm not going to rush out in theaters to watch this, but I will watch this.
It's a $5 Tuesday.
It's a $5 Tuesday. That is an upgrade over, I don't really give a shit about King Kong, so good on you. Hey, that shit comes out in March. There is a fully fucking budgeted trailer right there. It's a quality trailer.
Yeah.
What the fuck, Power Rangers? Next trailer we're going to talk about is Guy Ritchie's King Arthur, Legend of the Sword. Let's start with you, Ron. What did you think about this? Because you don't give a shit about King Arthur.
And I still don't.
I love King Arthur. I actually like how this is actually a lot more Guy Ritchie than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
I was thinking this was going to be more kind of old school, more sword, less sorcery. There was actually a lot of mystical elements going on to it.
Yeah, there was quite a bit to it. It's not really that I necessarily don't give a shit about King Arthur. I'm tired of King Arthur. You know, it seems like anytime we get a chance to do anything medieval or anything, it's always King Arthur. You know, I'm ready for a different turn. The Cyclops army is a little bit scary.
There's actually some pretty disturbing imagery with some of the mysticism stuff going on. I really... Roose Bolton from Game of Thrones is in the cast.
Well, that alone is disturbing.
Littlefinger is in the cast.
Yes, I love that.
I really, really like their cast for this. We get our first look at...
Demon Houndsu?
Yeah, he's in it. Eric Bana is in it. They have a really, really solid cast. Jude Law and Charlie Hunnam from Pacific Rim and Sons of Anarchy.
No.
Very, very solid cast. I don't think I've ever seen a Guy Ritchie movie that I didn't at least enjoy.
Yeah.
So I will give it that.
I do love Guy Ritchie, and you know, half of these people in Guy Ritchie wouldn't have signed up for it if it wasn't solid or they didn't believe in it. But
also, how you feel about King Arthur? Also, at one point, the same thing could have been said about Sherlock Holmes, and I actually thought he did bring kind of like a new flavor to Sherlock Holmes, kind of get it back on the map. So we'll have to wait and see with this one.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to it.
I'll let you tell me first.
I'm looking forward to it.
Otherwise, it's a red box.
It's a $5 Tuesday for me. I like we have rankings now. This is a solid $5 Tuesday. We need to start doing that. We have a red box. We have a...
When we finally start our movie review Tumblr that we talked about in the past, that's going to be our rating system.
We have a fuck off. No. Okay. Bottom, we have a BVS. We got a red box. We got a $5 Tuesday and a full price. That's what we're gonna do.
I did enjoy BVS more than I did Godzilla, so I don't know.
That's a good point. Just gonna call it a Godzilla. Let's call it a
Godzilla. It's monstrously awful Godzilla level.
All right. Let's see.
I could do that all day.
Let's see. Next up, this is okay. I do need to preface this too. Some of our news spread throughout these two podcasts are stuff that was released either right before, or right after Comic-Con. I kind of organically dispersed the news tidbits throughout all of the subjects we're going to talk about.
It's so close, though. It may as well have been Comic-Con.
Michael Fassbender.
Yes.
I mean, that's. Whatever, I don't even fucking care. I'll watch it. I love Michael Fassbender. He had a little bit of information that he revealed about Alien Covenant, which is in the process of filming currently.
Fuck yes.
He said it is going to return more to the horror roots they were present for Ridley Scott's Alien.
Dude, I could not be more excited for that now.
You and I think we both agree. Isn't the first one your favorite?
Yes.
The first one was usually most people, their favorite's Aliens. My favorite has always been the first one. And
I don't fault people for liking Aliens better. I think Alien appeals to a slightly different audience.
Yeah.
Because Aliens probably falls in the category of more of your typical sci-fi.
It's sci-fi action.
Yeah.
It is exactly what... It's exactly what Terminator and Terminator 2 are.
Yeah, and it's a damn good movie.
Yeah, I love Aliens as well.
But... like I said, sneaking out of my room at like 9 or 10 years old and watching that scared the shit out of me so bad that horror movies don't scare me anymore, Jeff.
You got traumatized.
I got traumatized, and I fucking love that movie. And we watched it, last Halloween? And it's still, the parts of it got both of us still. And we've seen that movie how many times now?
Yeah, so many.
And the puppeteering effects and everything in that first Alien movie, it is, to me, everything that a horror movie should be and everything a sci-fi movie should be. And we don't get really either one of those anymore, necessarily.
It was...
And you could argue that point all day, but that's how I feel.
I love Alien and Aliens. My thing is, I like the xenomorphs best when you are meant to be afraid of them.
Yeah.
Which was actually kind of funny. It's because I'm actually the opposite with Terminator. Terminator 2 is my favorite. I like that. I like the action portion of that franchise.
I love Terminator, but Terminator 2 is the one that I think of. Now, all that being said, I have a feeling it's still going to be a bit of a blend of Alien and Aliens.
Yeah.
But still, I've been cautiously optimistic because I love this franchise so much and I don't want to be let down. I have been given no reason to think I would be let down because Ridley Scott, Michael Fassbender...
And you and I actually like Prometheus.
And we actually liked Prometheus.
Everyone else thought Prometheus was dog shit, which Prometheus has its problems, but I don't think it was this awful piece of shit everyone made it out to be.
By no means is it the greatest piece of cinema I've ever seen, but I have seen far worse movies like, Godzilla, which was monstrously
Prometheus
awful.
is the definition of $5 Tuesday.
There you go.
Yeah.
So, also, I do want to take a moment to encourage people. I haven't watched the full thing myself yet, but Kevin Smith for IMDb did get to sit down and talk to Newt because... Oh,
I've been meaning to watch that.
It was the 30-year anniversary of... Was it Alien or Aliens or just the franchise?
I think the very first one.
So, Newt came back and... she sat down with Kevin Smith and talked in an interview, and it's pretty cool.
It's a cool interview.
It's
I've been
cool.
meaning to go back and watch a lot of the Kevin Smith stuff from the IMDb interviews he did. But yeah, I think it's a smart step in the right direction, even if it's 25% of Alien.
Yeah.
If you have any kind of horror element, I think it will help the film.
Dude, if that thing is switching back and forth between action and then all of a sudden it goes silent and there's no more music and people are walking around again and shit happens... That could be fucking fantastic.
Yeah, Ridley Scott, it will at least be a solid movie.
Yeah.
Ridley Scott just does not make bad movies.
No, he doesn't. You might argue that he's got some better than others, but he doesn't make bad movies.
Yeah, while we're talking about beloved sci-fi franchises, Ron actually just watched, for the very first time, Blade Runner. What'd you think? But while we talk about the sequel.
Bear with me on this, but today's standards, meh. 1982 standards, mind fucking blown.
It is crazy how influential Blade Runner is, and you don't know until you watch it.
Every sci-fi movie that I grew up watching, I had no idea it was just another iteration of Blade Runner.
It's what's really, really cool about Blade Runner, though, is like how you were saying, like the pacing's a little off. It's not like a perfect piece of cinema. It's incredibly influential, and for the time, it is incredibly smart.
You didn't have to tell me it was Ridley Scott, though. I could tell just by the cinematography and everything alone. Those
sets,
shots.
man. Those sets look like they look cool for today.
They do.
They look great, and that same cinematographer is coming back for the sequel.
Nice.
It's really cool.
The story and everything in it is great. The pacing is off, but I get it because any movie that is that influential or that mind-blowing and everything is usually kind of drawn out that way, and they take extra time to show you like cityscapes and stuff. Like that was, I figure, probably the first time that it was a dystopian future and stuff like that. Like that would be kind of shocking for audiences. So they take their time and let you get adjusted to that and acclimate to that and stuff. So 1982 standards, I get it, and it's mind blown. Today's standards, since I grew up with everything that spawned off of it, it's kind of but I enjoyed it.
Yeah, what it is it's seminal sci-fi. That is the way I would word it. The thing with it, though,
I recommend if you've never seen it to check it out. It's cool.
What's cool about it is, like, let's break it down going back to, like, I think it was either 81 or 82 when it came out. During this
82, I'm not sure.
During this time period, you are getting, for the most part, when it comes to sci-fi related stuff, you're getting stuff like Star Wars, E.T., stuff like that. Tron. When you compare that to the grit of Blade Runner, Blade Runner is a type of sci-fi we've been getting now for the last, like, 15 years repeatedly.
You would already be past the Alien marker, because what was that, 77, 79? 79, I think. But here's the thing. That was, it was horror, and it was scary, and there's a monster and stuff, but it wasn't grit like you have in Blade Runner.
The themes behind Blade Runner, I think, are still really cool and make you think. Like, I actually found myself, after watching the original one the other day, after I watched the film, I was still thinking about it the next day. Like, there was some really heavy stuff that wasn't, because most of it back there was kind of E.T. level popcorn sci-fi. Yeah. And I really, really appreciate how dense it was. It has
depth to it.
It has a lot of depth to it.
I think that's why it's still legendary today.
Yeah, I mean, for nothing else, just how influential it was for everything else that came after it.
Oh my God! You do not realize how influential it was till you go back and watch it.
We got a little bit info on Blade Runner 2, and that is that Lenny James, who is Morgan in The Walking Dead, was cast. And yeah, their cast is phenomenal.
Yeah.
I love it. They have added, like, just solid fucking actor after solid fucking actor. I can't wait for it.
I hope he has a staff.
Right. Fuck you, replicant. Pokey.
And it just ends up being an hour and a half of his backstory. How he got the staff.
I'd watch it. Yeah, I'm super stoked for Blade Runner 2. Everyone involved, from the cinematography to the actors to the producers, everyone's top notch. I think it's been really good.
I would totally love, just for no reason at all, Steve Yeun to be found underneath a dumpster in the movie.
Just as an in-joke.
As an in-joke.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's all the miscellaneous movie news we had. Ron's going to run through the DC portion for us.
Well, if you missed Suicide Squad the first time round, back when it was a web series, you can catch it on TV on probably any channel near you. So we got a few more trailers from it, and then they did what? 8 TV spots?
We had a Comic-Con trailer.
Uh-huh.
Which we didn't need.
No, because we've already seen the movie.
We had 8 TV spots, at least 7. I think it might have been 8.
And I think there's one of all of them and then one individual, right? Each individual member or something.
I think.
Like that?
I didn't watch them because I would still like to actually
see the movie in theaters.
You know what? Okay, you know what's fucking crazy is there's a thing that happens in movies a lot of the time where, okay, if you watch a trailer early on, you will actually sometimes see scenes that don't end up making it into the final cut of the film. We've had that happen before.
Yes.
There have been so many Suicide Squad trailers, you might see a good portion of what will end up being the ultimate edition of Suicide Squad. Because I bet you a good portion of the shit, because they've had so many trailers, I bet it doesn't even make it into the film.
Yeah.
It comes out next week. Why?
Why did we need more trailers and 8 TV spots?
No. By the way, I'm really excited for Suicide Squad. I think it's going to be a solid movie. I'm not shitting on it. I'm shitting on how much they have pimped this out via their marketing campaign. At this point...
Not to mention the shit that went viral, the lack of set security. I mean...
It's a bit of a mess.
It's like they're just letting it happen to advertise itself, plus all the trailers. Here's the one thing that's interesting. If you look at all the shit that's come out, all the posters up until now, all the trailers up until now, that movie has clearly evolved. Because, it started out kind of serious anti-hero, and then that final poster we got was very dark Guardians of the Galaxy.
As soon as BVS came out, it all 180'd.
It all 180'd.
But what I was going to say, though... How much money does it have to make to be a success when they have probably tripled the production budget because of the marketing campaign?
I think it's because of Batman vs. Superman. They need it to make bank.
And
they're making damn sure you know what it is and you know when it's coming out.
Damage control.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm still super fucking excited for it. I didn't watch any of these trailers, and I will not. The other little tidbit with it, though, I did include David Ayer.
I've never heard this.
You haven't heard of it? Okay, this is a theory that has been running since this film started.
It sounds ridiculous.
This theory has been running rampant ever since this movie was basically confirmed and they showed Jared Leto. Because the theory is, it was debunked now, that Jason Todd was actually this version of the Joker, and they were basically going a different direction. One of the main things that spearheaded this was how much they put of an emphasis on the very, very first Comic-Con trailer for BVS. You remember they really, really hammered down the Joker graffiti all over the Robin costume, yes. And then they immediately go from that to the Suicide Squad trailer at Comic-Con.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I never bought into this. I always thought it was kind of dumb.
It doesn't even make sense to me, number one, from continuity standpoint.
If anyone isn't familiar, Jason Todd is the second Robin. If you've watched any of Under the Red Hood, you'll know what we're talking about.
The main reason, though, it doesn't sound like it makes sense to me is if you had to pick a single character in the Batman universe to go a different direction with, you do not fucking mess with the Joker. You're going to instantly lose almost every fan you have at that moment. Whether it's a good change or not, because you fucked with 75 years worth of continuity.
Well, the other thing with it, too, is why it specifically fucks up the concept of the Joker is part of the reason that Heath Ledger's Joker is so amazing is we still to this day, and we will never know jack shit about him, who he is, or what he's doing.
And all of a sudden he has a backstory if he's Jason Todd. The
unknown of the Joker is what makes him cool. And as soon as you start explaining him, you start losing a little bit of it. Now, I've heard that the Killing Joke, they do a little bit of like an alternate reality kind of what if story for the Joker, but that's Alan Moore. That's the dude who fucking wrote Watchmen, created John Constantine, V for Vendetta. I could go on. Like, that guy is allowed to mess with the Joker history.
And he's probably the only person that will pull it off, too.
Yeah, and what's actually kind of cool is I believe they even used it for the Burton. Was it Jack Napier?
Yes.
Yeah, Jack Napier is actually from The Killing Joke from Alan Moore. Yeah, I believe.
I don't know. And if the only one that I would buy into, if they did turn a Robin into the next Joker, basically, would be Tim Drake because of the Batman Beyond movie.
Yeah.
That would be the only one I would buy into.
Yeah, I don't know. I always thought it was kind of a dumb theory. But
even then, like you said, it loses some of its mysticism because
it's the fucking Joker.
You know the backstory.
He's supposed to be a freaking,
He's the wild card.
He's a wild card. You don't know.
There's a reason he's the Joker. He's the wild card.
Yeah. We've kind of...
Yeah, we've gone on too long about this, but Suicide Squad, again, like you said, I'm sure it's a solid movie. David Ayer, whatever. I'm looking forward to it. It's solid cast. It looks solid. I've seen the whole movie in pieces, but yeah. Next week,
you and I not so much because we didn't go through every single set image. We didn't go through all 500 trailers so far.
I'll tell you this though, I was fucking sold before, but if you were not sold, and that Bohemian Rhapsody trailer did not sell you,
that trailer.
then you're not going to like it probably if that trailer doesn't sell you, because that trailer is amazing.
That trailer was so good. That was the one where it's like, I'm not watching anymore.
Yes.
My ass is in your seat. Yeah.
Yes. One thing that I am looking forward to out of the DC universe.
Speaking of asses in the seat.
Asses
oh, man.
in the fucking seat and money in the bank, Jeff. The one takeaway from Batman vs. Superman for me, of all fucking things, the Wonder Woman
was
movie.
neither Batman nor Superman.
Nor Batman nor Superman. Oh, dude. This trailer, I debated for a while if I was going to watch it. And then I decided it's probably best to give them one trailer.
That's my new motto, is one trailer, and done.
I could go on. I could do an entire podcast off this one trailer.
First of all, I absolutely love how the kind of the approach to it was kind of like this universe is Captain America. We're going back. I love period pieces.
Yes.
And this is very much a World War I movie. Like, there is a whole lot of action and special effects that are specific to World War I. It's really cool.
And how much World War I do you get in cinema, too?
Yeah, everything we fucking get in video games and in
World
movies.
War I is the new World War II.
Yeah, and 5 years from now, we're going to be sick of World War I. Like, I want more Nazis, damn it.
Because we got, was it Battlefield went back to World War I?
Yeah.
And then now we're getting a major movie set in World War I. Chris Pine looks like he's knocking it out of the park as Steve Trevor.
Of course,
did.
Chris Pine is always amazing. I've never seen Chris Pine not be fantastic.
He's a master of one-liners, and he has several. So we had the trailer on loop in the background, and as I was mentioning one-liners, my favorite one in that trailer just came up.
You want to talk about delivery as far as lines and physical delivery? Between this and like stuff he did for Star Trek, he's gold.
Yes.
Every line you give him.
Now, Gal Gadot. People did not believe she was fit to be Wonder Woman before Batman vs. Superman. And if you walked out of that movie saying that, and then you watch this trailer and still believe that, then you can just go fuck yourself. I don't get it. She is the only Wonder Woman I've ever known, Jeff.
Yeah, the thing about it is like, well, she's not big enough. I'm sorry. Was Bruce Lee this massive, bodybuilder-sized dude? No. He was like 5'7", like 175.
Yeah.
Maybe. And he was like a fucking killing machine almost. Like, it's about skill. It's not about size. And especially she's fucking super powered.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
That's the thing I was going to say. The thing that bothers me about certain images of Superman, besides Superman himself, and the way some people talk about him and everything is, I hate the massive, muscly version of Superman. Like, it's not just that Christopher Reeve was Superman and he wasn't super muscly or anything like that. It's the fact that his powers come from DNA, the color of our sun, and our atmosphere. It's not actual physical strength. He is super powered. I don't know. That's the way I look at it. And I don't know what direction they're going, if she's super powered or if she gets her power from her relics or anything like that. But either way,
I think it's going to be a combination of all the above.
She doesn't need to be She-Hulk to be Wonder Woman, number one. Number two, like you mentioned, Bruce Lee, he was the one that proved to the world that super bulky muscles were actually slower than what he had, that you could be slim and strong. I've watched many documentaries on Bruce Lee. But everyone believed that you were either Arnold Schwarzenegger back in the day when he was Mr. Universe, or you were just small and fast. You could not be strong and fast. So, yeah. I don't know. I absolutely love it. I cannot wait for it. I'm not necessarily excited about anything else they have coming.
I'm super excited for it. Man, we're going to get into more of this in the next one, but the Wonder Woman, what I will say about it, though, is we talked about before, this is the only trailer we're going to watch. I found it was kind of interesting. They actually did confirm in the trailer how she's made out of clay, basically. That is part of the lines they give about, which I was always curious about how they go about doing that. The action looks really cool. There's a little bit looks like of some Snyderisms, a little bit like 300 in it. It could be pretty cool.
Which I'm fine with.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be good.
The thing that blows my mind, even though I knew it was coming in the trailer because I'd already heard, the lasso fucking glows, Jeff.
It looks really cool too.
Between Deadpool and Spider-Man's costumes and the glowing lasso, and like, oh, what a time to be alive for a nerd.
You know what? They're gonna have an invisible plane joke too. You just know
they have to.
They cannot help themselves, but
it'll probably be Chris Pine making some snarky remark, and it'll be fantastic.
I think it's, and we talked about it on the previous week's episode or the week before. Jeff Johns co-wrote half of this movie.
And you know the other change I just noticed before we move on, because I know we've dwelled on this for a while. To look at the lasso. Sorry. The one thing that always also bothered me is, her smaller, it's like a medium-sized shield, and she's standing there in just a regular costume and a medium-sized shield, and everybody is hitting at the shield and not like her shins or her stomach or anything. That was fucking armor, not a costume. And in that scene where she has the one knee forward, like the iconic pose with the one knee forward and the shield above it, there's bullets bouncing off of her shins on the armor and everything. Like, it's crazy.
And she can just outright take bullets because you already watched her fight fucking Doomsday.
Yes.
So she can get away with that.
Yeah.
The villain looks to be Danny Houston. Danny Houston's fucking fantastic too. Did you ever see 30 Days of Night?
Yes, a long time ago.
He's the main vampire. And ever since I saw that role of his, I was like, man, he is awesome. And yeah, he's fantastic.
I need to see that movie again.
It's
been
really,
a while.
really, really good movie, yeah.
But yeah, looking forward to that. Something that I'm not looking forward to, especially after the trailer now, would be the Justice League trailer was also played, which kind of surprised me. I don't know why. I knew they were far along in production, but I guess they're farther along than I thought they were, because it's a full-fledged trailer. It's not a teaser or anything. What's your thoughts on it, Jeff?
Okay, I'm torn about this because I actually really, really like this trailer. I like everything I've been hearing behind the scenes as far as them making changes. This 2-minute and 45-second trailer has more jokes and charm than the even Ultimate Edition cut of BVS.
I'll give it that.
It is actually looking like it might be not exhausting to watch.
Yeah.
And if this movie, my whole thing with BVS is I was never asking for BVS to be the Avengers. What I wanted from BVS was to just be dumb fun, and nothing about the movie was fun.
I'm fine with dark material, and it was exhausting even for me. And I think, like how you and I talked about, like Jessica Jones on the Marvel side, was like trying to be shocking for the sake of being shocking with some of the stuff they were doing, like a lot of the sex scenes and stuff. It felt, now that I think about it, it feels like BVS was being dark for the sake of being dark.
With their violence.
Yeah, for no reason. And
No, it was for a reason. They were intentionally trying to go the opposite direction of Marvel.
Well, I mean, story-wise.
Yeah.
That's obviously what they were doing, but it gave nothing to the story to take it to the dark place that they did. I feel like, the people that wrote it and like Zack Snyder and stuff, they just need a hug and they need some professional help after watching that movie. Like, it's a cry for help.
Okay, the other thing, I do really, really like this trailer. I think it does show a lot of improvement. Whether the movie's going to be good, we don't know. All I can say is what I've seen. Okay, let's just go one by one.
Okay.
I love everything they're showing of Aquaman. Because fucking Khal Drogo is terrifying. They even have these weird contact lenses on him, where he looks like a demon almost. It looks fucking cool.
When he's slamming that bottle of Jack and throws it down like Thor in the diner. Yeah.
I also actually really, really like the scene too. What made me think of was some of the Justice League cartoon between Batman and Wonder Woman. I like how it looks like they're spearheading the recruitment of all of them, because they have that really, really cool scene. They're cutting back and forth between Batman and Aquaman and Batman and Wonder Woman, and then Ben Affleck's talking to her, and then he says, more or less, he's going to join us after she asks him, and then she's
more
like,
or more or less,
and then they cut back to fucking Khal Drogo throwing his ass up against the wall, and he's just like, yeah, more or less. He said no. He said no. Yeah, like that. Oh my God, there was a joke.
Yeah.
There was I was so excited. I was like, oh my god, someone remembered to write jokes for this. Because there was exactly like 3 fucking jokes in all of BVS.
And they weren't even funny.
And yeah, it
because
was like,
the rest of it, you were just so tired you couldn't even laugh.
Yeah, the other thing too is Zack Snyder knows how to make a great trailer from a bad movie, because last year's Comic-Con trailer for BVS was really damn good.
A lot of its trailers were good.
It was a fantastic trailer, and I can say that on its, because the thing we need to probably make a point of is, like, we're judging these trailers and we're judging our excitement. We're not damning or praising the final product. All I can say, I really, really like what I'm seeing. I actually want to talk about The Flash too. I love their approach of The Flash with this, because if there was anything that was desperately needed for the Justice League movie franchise, whatever you want to call it, it was comedic relief. And what they're doing with The Flash in this is, the way I kind of took it, is they're almost making it like Cisco from the Flash TV show was the one who happened to get the speed powers. Like, he's very goofy. And then, like, this Flash could have just been called Wally, because he's very, very goofy, and that's my favorite type of Flash.
To me, it should have been Wally.
I agree, but I'm actually really, really happy that they went that route with the character, because
they're still going Power Rangers with him, though. He's in a red hoodie when he's talking to Ben Affleck.
Yeah. I actually, Ezra Miller, the thing about him is, like, in that Perks of Being a Wallflower movie, he is so likable that you like him in that movie after about 3 seconds of him just talk. He's just a really, really likable dude. I like what they're doing with the Flash. I like how he catches the fucking Batarang, and then he has the cover. He's just like, he starts to recruit him.
I like his thought process as he's looking at the Batarang, looking at Bruce, looking at the Batarang.
His delivery when Ben Affleck...
It's like an hour for a thought process for him.
Yeah. I like how Ben Affleck starts the spiel of, like, I need you to save Earth, blah, 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 blah. He's just like, stop right there. I'm in. And then he finishes off, he holds the battery, he's like, can I keep this? Like, that's what I want.
Well, let's talk about Bruce Wayne for a second in that scene, too. And he's like, no, stop right there. I'm in. He's more the Batman animated series Bruce Wayne. Because he was like, what, just like that? And, like, I haven't even told you what we're doing yet. He's...
Yeah, I was saying, like, it's like, can I keep this? The Flash? Yeah. That's the Wally from the cartoon. That is the Flash I want. I like that Flash the best out of every live action version, because
not saying anything about Grant Gustin.
Yeah, no. Grant Gustin is doing a perfect job for what he's been asked to do. Just the Flash in general, that's basically Wally from the cartoon brought to life.
I agree.
Give me all of that.
I agree.
And like you were saying, I actually think they did a good job of showing how Batman is going to interact with each character, because we'll talk about now the line they end about where he's asking Aquaman if he, I hear you talk to fish. What about, like that type of thing? That is something you would hear Kevin Conroy ask Aquaman in the Justice League cartoon.
The tone of voice and everything, the way he says it, and he says it was such a, like, he's so sarcastic with it, and you can tell he already knows, like, who he is when he's talking to him. He's just like, I hear you talk to fish.
He also has never met this guy, knows he can break him in half,
and he's pinned up against the wall when he says it.
And he's still talking shit. That's Batman.
That's Batman.
I really, really like everything I'm seeing.
There's a very Batman line in this, too, when, what was it Cyborg says to him?
Didn't even think you were real, and I'm real when it's useful.
I'm real when it's useful. That's a very bad... I can hear Kevin Conroy saying that.
There is already more quotable dialogue in this 2-minute and 45-second clip than in even probably the Ultimate Edition of BVS. But yeah, I'm super excited. Whether the movie's going to be good, I don't fucking know, because I was really excited for BVS because I loved that first trailer. Yeah. But I'm not watching any more trailers. I do not trust you, Warner Brothers, to not spoil half the movie.
Especially since the greatest fight out of Batman vs. Superman that Batman has was in the BVS trailers.
If I had watched, my only enjoyment I got out of the movie besides Wonder Woman was that Arkham Knight fucking warehouse fight. If they had I would have driven to Warner Brothers and shit all over their porch. Oh, it would almost been worth it. But yeah, I really like what I'm seeing. Now, you've been famously... I'm not fucking watching this movie. If you hear from me and Philip, it was really fun, would you go and watch it on a $5 Tuesday?
I might wait for Redbox on that case.
I
still have so many problems with it. One thing we haven't mentioned, by the way, though, I would give them this, too. Cyborg looks damn good.
That could be really goofy too. The way he's designed, he looks really cool.
He looks almost unnecessarily complicated, like they did with Bayformers. But at the same time, I think they pulled that off better than Bayformers did.
The Flash costume too is the Injustice costume.
I was going to say I don't like that.
I actually kind of like the Injustice costume. So.
I like it in the game. I don't like it translated to real life. That was another issue that I have. That's a nitpick, though.
Yeah, I also think they might probably end up looking better because this movie is still really far out.
Not only that, we don't know how late in the movie that scene is from. That could be something that Bruce gives him later in the movie.
Yeah, we'll have to wait.
He could have multiple costumes.
Really, really like what I'm seeing. I like how they're actually listening. It looks like a step in the right direction. Whether it's a good movie, I do not know.
I think it's still too little, too late. But it remains to be seen.
If this movie is 2.5 hours of that, I'm back on board. Because at that point, I'm assuming Wonder Woman's going to be good. We already liked Man of Steel. At that point, they're 2 out of 3.
What worries me about this, you look at that Wonder Woman trailer, and it just builds excitement. This trailer almost feels like they're trying too hard, and they're like saying, look at me, I'm not BVS. And that is all I really get from it. It doesn't really generate any excitement, and it doesn't... it shows me every stereotypical scene I've seen from any superhero trailer. I don't know. It doesn't build any excitement.
It's astounding. It is as good as it is because they just started filming like a month ago.
Yeah.
Actually, we need to give props to Snyder for that. That trailer being as good as it is for them filming for like literally a month is impressive.
Now, also, I do want to point out that most of the time, the people that made the movie have no control of the marketing department and the trailers. Somehow, JJ locks that shit down. I don't know if he's got something in his contract or he just gives them part of the movie, but somehow if it's a J.J. Abrams movie, it seems like he's got full control of the trailers. I don't know what they're going to do this time because I remember famously, anyway, Zack Snyder not being happy with the BVS trailers when he saw them. So I don't know if that's something that may have changed now that Jeff Johns is in charge or Zack Snyder said, you're not fucking with my movie again. The next trailers may not be like that. We're not going to know because we're not watching them. But I will. I'll let you know.
I think... I think this trailer was cut by Zack Snyder just because it's so early in the process, just like I thought that really good one.
Yeah.
I thought that was also Snyder. Yeah. But yeah, I am cautiously optimistic, which is really, really nice considering the last movie they released was BVS. But yeah, just give me more of this. Dude, now
that's all they had to do.
But I will say, our biggest issue with BVS was Snyder's direction and Terrio's writing. All the solo movies don't have either one of those guys involved. And I like Aquaman, I like the Flash they're portraying, and I like what we're seeing, the little bit of Cyborg. I'm really interested in every single one of their solo films.
Yes. Wonder Woman still just, for me, the rest remains to be seen. I tell you one thing that is a fucking roller coaster ride for me. Justice League Dark. Started out live action movie, fuck yes. Then it was canceled, fuck you. Then it's an animated movie. And then now I am at the peak of the fucking roller coaster, Jeff. Because go ahead and tell the good people what the news is.
Oh, it's only Matt goddamn Ryan.
Dude.
Constantine in the flesh.
And it's pretty much going to focus on him. We're basically
what I read on Nerdist or Collider, wherever I saw the article, it looked like he was going to be kind of the star of the movie.
We're getting our John Constantine, Matt Ryan movie, more or less.
There's still going to be a shit because there's a lot of other characters, but he's probably going to be the focal point because they made it such a big deal.
Yeah.
When they first announced the movie, Matt Ryan being attached to it was like their selling point.
Fucking genius. I mean, after everything that happened to try to save that show. I mean, fucking genius. I mean, yeah, they're capitalizing on it, but I don't give a goddamn care in the world because
Jeff Johns is in charge for 2 weeks. DC makes more progress in that 2 weeks than it has in the last 2 decades. That's just a fact.
Yeah, it's a fact.
They also added not only our boy, they added our fucking girl, dude, Camilla Luddington, who, if you haven't played the Tomb Raider games, you don't even have. First of all, they're fucking fantastic, but if you just Google Camilla Luddington, you will fall in love with her because, Jesus Christ, Camilla Luddington is gorgeous.
Yes, she is.
And she's playing Zatanna, and that is just like I was almost as blown away by that as I was Matt Ryan coming back. It's just like, oh my god. I really dig Zatanna. I really like all of the stories between Zatanna and Batman when he was doing all of his training as far as like lock picking and getting out of traps. Really cool stuff. I think she's gonna be great. Obviously, Matt Ryan's gonna crush it.
Oh god,
this is actually boding very well for the idea of Matt Ryan at least being like a guest starring role in like Legends or something.
Yes.
Because they added season 1 to CWC.
They would be a fool not to capitalize on Matt Ryan. Number one, the guy wants it, and then every fan that they have fucking wants it, so give it to them.
Yeah, they added season 1 to CWC. They added Matt Ryan himself to Justice League Dark. That was like their selling point.
Those collector's toys.
Yeah. It's looking
round
like
one of the collector's toys, too.
Yeah,
it's not one they added later.
Yeah, allegedly. We'll have to wait and actually see. But comicbook.com is usually pretty good. We'll have to wait and see on that, though. But yeah, at the very minimum, we're getting a badass Justice League Dark movie with Matt Ryan. Swamp Thing's also involved.
I love me some fucking Swamp Thing.
I think it's going to be fucking great.
Oh, man. One thing that I'm kind of sad about, but I understand why you're abstaining. But that Lego
painful. It is painful for me to not watch this.
That Lego Batman trailer is phenomenal, dude. Oh my god!
Like the one thing I didn't watch, and that shows you how much I love what I'm seeing. Is I didn't watch it.
The only thing I will say is the plot's not what you think it is, but it's going to be amazing. That's the only thing I'm going to say to you.
You have my ass in your seat when you just say Lego Batman plus Will Arnett. I'm like, boom.
Isn't Ralph Fiennes Alfred?
I think so.
Yeah. Dude, it's fantastic.
Galifianakis is the Joker. Michael Cera is Robin.
Joker's fucking scary looking, dude.
Yeah,
they changed his design.
He has actually some like crooked looking teeth, like he's a monster almost. Like
they're triangle points.
Yeah,
yeah.
He looks almost like a Killer Croc a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. Oh no, it's fucking fantastic. Go and check it out.
I'll probably end up accidentally having to watch it because it'll be playing in front of something I'm watching and I'm
Hulu
forced.
Or YouTube
no, like
or
actually
something?
going to the theater.
Oh yeah.
I bet I'll be forced to watch it at some point. But
yeah,
for right now, I'm abstaining as much as it hurts me.
Oh god. Okay, so that pretty much concludes our miscellaneous and our DC comics. The only thing left is Marvel.
We're going to be running through these fairly quickly because they honestly just didn't show much, and anything that we can really talk about is really cool, but it's not as conversation worthy, really.
Not as earth-shattering either.
Because it's less
cool.
controversial than some of the DC stuff. Okay, first up, the panel for Marvel sounded fucking incredible. Like, it actually sounded like you got your money's worth, which is actually becoming more of a problem with Comic-Con.
Yes.
Because
especially with Hall H, which is extra money, and everybody's fucking moved out.
Well, it's not even that it's extra money. With Hall H, to get in any of them, you have to camp out at least a day.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Especially now when not everything is coming out, but a good portion of the trailers are coming out online fairly quickly. There's becoming less of a reason to go, but they actually made it worth your money. The first thing I wanted to include in our notes, they had, for most of the movies, these badass 80s-looking logos for the films. We had already seen Spidey Homecoming, that has a bit of like a 70s, 80s kind of edge to it. The Thor Ragnarok, as Dan Slott on Twitter put out, it could be on the side of a van that you're driving through fucking fire. Like, it's amazing.
Yeah, it reminded me of like Contra.
Yeah, it look most of their logos, and that was the thing going around on Twitter, is it looks like SNES titles, which I fucking love. I love all of them. Let's see, the Guardians of the Galaxy logo was very 80s. It looked really cool.
Yeah, I'm an 80s child, and you're damn close. So yeah,
it's weird. I think it's amazing, and I'm not even an 80s baby.
You're
I just
not
think
even really a retro guy either.
I just think it's I do have some fucking nostalgia for SNES. Like when they start having those titles looking like that, I can't wait. But first thing we're going to talk about, Thor Ragnarok. At the con, they actually had on display, I believe it was on display, they at least showed an image of it during the panel, Hulk's gladiator armor.
That image looks like a display.
Hulk's gladiator armor for Thor Ragnarok, and it is straight up from the fucking page of Planet Hulk, which is actually, Planet Hulk, I have not read or seen much Hulk as far as like the comics or animated stuff, is my favorite Hulk story is Planet Hulk.
I don't know shit about Planet Hulk other than the overall premise on the most vague level. but I have never even seen or heard of him having any kind of armor or weapons before.
I need to let you borrow, I believe I own it, the Planet Hulk movie. It's actually for the Marvel movies, the Marvel animated movies. It's pretty goddamn good. It's really cool. The reason he actually has to have armor and stuff like that is because he's in a gladiator type match on a different planet where shit can actually hurt him. And who doesn't want to see fucking Hulk use a battering mace type thing? Like, it's amazing. I can't wait. It looks really goddamn cool. We also got an image, real quickly, of Karl Urban with all of his hair cut off for his role as Scourge. Dude, give me Thor 3 right fucking now. I love it. I love it.
I love Karl Urban as a villain. I love him as a hero, but I love him as a villain, man.
Their cast
Black Hat and Priest.
Their cast is crushing it. Kate Blanchett's the main villain. Like, dude, give it to me now. Give it to me now.
See, Black Hat and Priest and whoever the fuck he was in the Chronicles of Riddick movie.
Yeah.
Those are
real good.
Really good performances.
Yeah. Fucking love Karl Urban.
I love Karl Urban.
Guardians of the Galaxy 2, they came out and confirmed Kurt Russell, who is... Is this even a spoiler anymore?
I don't think so.
Quasi spoiler alert. If you get online at all and you're interested in Marvel at all, you will have already heard this. But Kurt Russell was confirmed as Star-Lord's dad, which we fucking knew even before they confirmed it themselves.
They confirmed that, but they didn't at that point confirm his character. His character was confirmed recently.
His character is Ego, the Living Planet. Now, I'm the comic guy, and this is all news to me. I don't know any of this shit because I have never been that deep cut comics as far as like actually going and reading like Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah,
I love the movie and I'm really excited, but I don't know these names or anything like that. Kurt Russell, man, like that's awesome.
That's all you need to say.
That's all you need to know.
Yeah.
They also confirmed sort of Sylvester Stallone, but he has not
sort of confirmed.
He has been a character that has not been announced yet. So.
But he is confirmed to be in it.
He is confirmed.
Because it was rumor and speculation for a while.
Normally I'd be like, why the fuck is Sylvester Stallone in a Guardians of the Galaxy movie? But it's James Gunn, so he'll make it work.
I was going to say, and then you remembered it's Guardians of the Galaxy, so why not?
Yeah, it's Guardians of the Galaxy, so fuck it. That's basically like their motto.
If there was one child of the Marvel Universe that was just wacky and goofy and get away with doing anything, it's Guardians of the fucking Galaxy.
I cannot wait.
It's going to be good.
They showed some Spidey footage that unfortunately did not make its way online.
And so far has not been leaked yet that we know of.
Yeah, I think people were afraid. Because there's going to be like a security guard beating them to death with the Planet Hulk hammer. The footage, everyone loved it. Like, everyone went ape shit that was there.
I went ape shit during Civil War, dude.
Yeah, it's looking fantastic. They actually did release some concept art with confirmation the villain will be the Vulture. What do you think about the concept art for it?
I love the teched out Vulture.
It looks like something that could be out of Batman Beyond almost. It's real cool.
It looks like something that has somewhat of a horror element to it, too. I know it probably won't, but that concept art is kind of freaking me out.
It looks like something that fucking Voltron would fight.
Yes.
Like, it's real fucking badass.
The animated series, it was more like Wile E. Coyote's Acme flying suit, but it looked cool, and it worked, and he had some tech because of the gauntlets and stuff, but it makes total sense to tech out the Vulture, dude.
They also almost have a prototype to make this character work with the Falcon.
Almost.
And you've seen the Falcon. If they make the Falcon amazing,
dude,
they'll crush it with Vulture.
Redbird?
Yeah, they fucking made Redbird like one of the coolest parts of the fucking movie. Like,
come on, you want to pet him?
Yeah, right. I don't watch fucking Civil War again. When is that coming on Blu-ray? Damn it!
I know, god damn it.
We did get confirmation Michael Keaton will be in the movie. 90% sure he's gonna be the Vulture, but we don't know yet.
They haven't actually confirmed who he is yet, right?
If he's not, though, I don't know.
If he's not, it has to be Norman Osborn.
That's what I'm hoping for. I will not be like heartbroken though if we get a badass Spider-Man movie with the Vulture.
I would just be sad because of Birdman just coming off of. Did he get Oscars for that?
He got nominated.
He got nominated for that.
It's a little on the nose.
You're gonna have a Birdman villain and have Michael Keaton,
but when you think of who's behind it, and the fact that like you really can't complain when we get Michael Keaton as the villain in a Spidey movie,
and he starts out as a DC superhero and ends up a Marvel villain. I mean, come on. Come on. You don't win in the geek world.
Who
more
fucking
than that.
doesn't love Michael Keaton, first of all? Everyone
Yeah.
fucking loves Michael Keaton. Yeah, I can't fucking wait. I really, really want them to get this
It's not
footage
going to
out.
ruin the movie for me if he's Vulture, but it's going to be a fantastic movie, Jeff. This is our childhood. You and I grew up with Batman the Animated Series and the Spider-Man cartoon. This is it, Jeff. This is it happening.
Bare minimum where you're getting this footage or another teaser in front of Doctor Strange. Because this comes out next July. We have to be getting the footage soon.
I don't think there's any way you're going to avoid a trailer on Doctor Strange. Maybe an end credit scene too, because the next one is Spider-Man, right after Doctor Strange.
When is Guardians actually might be before it, but I don't know. Because we'll have to actually confirm it later. Because I'm pretty sure they have 3 films coming out next year. The last one is Thor in November. Spidey's obviously in July. Wouldn't be surprised if Guardians is actually May. But yeah,
we've been through this before, and you'd think we'd remember. But there's so many fucking movies.
They have so many projects coming out, not only with film but with like all the TV we're going to talk about in the next podcast.
Nope, you're right. Guardians of the Galaxy is probably going to be the end credits scene on Doctor Strange
because it's in May.
That's May 5th, 4 days after my wedding anniversary, and then Spider-Man: Homecoming is July 7th. And dude, James Gunn will probably troll us again at the end of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, but if he doesn't, that means we'll get Spider-Man. Something to do with Spider-Man or Thor.
Actually, it'll be Thor because they're more intergalactic type thing. What they'll probably do? Oh, it would be a fucking badass way to end the after credit sequence of Guardians. Rocket and Groot have been like captured, and they go out, and they're set up to fight Hulk in the gladiator ring.
Dude, could you imagine if Thor Ragnarok was Thor, Groot, Rocket Raccoon, and the Hulk piling around?
I think I might need a moment. How cool would that be, though? They walk out to fucking Hulk in the armor, dude. Oh, my God. That'd be amazing.
I did hear something. I don't know if you want to hear this or not. I did hear something about the footage that was shown.
For which movie?
For Guardians.
For Guardians. Don't tell me.
Okay.
Don't tell me. Just fucking tell me. I can't help it. Just tell me.
It was from Kevin Smith, so if you listen to Babylon, unless you skip it, you're going to hear it anyway.
Okay, go ahead.
Because his panel followed Marvel, which he tells a fucking awesome story about that.
Okay.
But it goes through the characters, like Peter Quill, and then it goes through Gamora, and all stuff, all the way to Rocket Raccoon, and then Baby Groot.
Oh, I already knew it was Baby Groot.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I love that too because like everyone else, we all just assume by the time it comes back around, he'll be Big Groot again. Yeah. I actually really like the idea of just keeping him Baby Groot. I think it'll be amazing. Speaking of goddamn amazing, the Doctor Strange trailer. This is the one that Ron abstained from watching.
It is so painful.
Oh, but dude, you don't even know. It's so good.
I want it, Jeff.
It is. The thing about it. The only real thing they show in addition to what we've already seen is you see glimpses. Like, you see maybe a grand total of about 3 seconds of the spells.
I want this movie so bad that I would let Feige or Benedict Cumberbatch or both fuck me in the ass, dude. I want this movie
I can make it happen. You just let me. I know a guy. I know a guy. But
I want this movie.
The spells of the 3 seconds, literally, that I saw of it, dude, they look so amazing. They look so metal, and you don't even know. Like, I can't even explain it. You just don't even know.
I need a change of pants.
It's going to be, dude, I've always been talking about how I want Mirror Master and The Flash. Fuck that, dude. You're too late to the party. Because that is everything that I'm seeing from this film, what I've wanted from that.
Dude, I am casting spells in my pants right now.
Yeah, you might need to, get a towel.
You need to look away for a moment. Hand me that box of Kleenex.
Now, with Doctor Strange, we had the second trailer. I won't go into too much detail because Ron obviously doesn't want to watch it. Well, he wants to watch it, but he's not going to watch it.
And here's the thing. It's not because I don't trust the MCU trailers. I'm not worried about plot points necessarily being spoiled because I feel like even if they did, they'd be plot points I didn't know were plot points until I was watching the movie. But that first trailer was so visually stunning. I want to be blown away by their graphics. I do not want to catch.
It's like when you would go Batman. It's like I want as much left for the theater experience as possible. Yeah. Unfortunately, you're going to probably end up watching that fucking trailer in front of something else accidentally, but you'll have to just close your eyes.
If it's not a Star Trek Beyond, I don't know what is between this and Star Trek besides
Suicide Squad. But yeah, really, really cool. Earlier I talked about how the panel was constructed. They had a laser light show and smoke coming from the ceiling for the Doctor Strange portion of the panel.
Damn it, dude.
How cool would that be?
That was the rock show.
How cool
was
would
Doctor
that
Strange.
be? Yeah, that was just fucking amazing.
I have never given two shits about Doctor Strange, Jeff.
I know. But dude, this entire phase.
I know.
I can't wait for everything. I can't fucking wait. They after Doctor Strange, they had some official casting for Black Panther. It had been rumored, sort of confirmed, that Michael B. Jordan had been added. He is playing Eric Killmonger. Shocker, he's a bad guy, Ron. With a name like that, that's more evil than Sinestro, dude. But Michael B. Jordan's a really good actor. I thought it was a good choice. He's another real up-and-comer at the moment right now, where he was a big get for Marvel. They also announced Denai Guerrera, who is Michonne on The Walking Dead. She'll be playing Okoye. Probably butchering that. I got her name right, but I'm probably fucking up her character name. She is playing a bodyguard for the Black Panther. How badass is that sentence? Dude, that's amazing.
And I hope she has a fucking katana.
They probably will, just at least for one scene as a joke.
Yeah,
probably something. Piece
of rebar or something.
And our last bit of casting news, and it's actually our last bit of news for this movie podcast of Comic-Con. They came out to thunderous applause and brought out Brie Larson with her confirmation as Captain Marvel. Marvel is crushing it so bad. Captain Marvel, who most of the planet probably still think is fucking Shazam.
Yeah.
Was trending like top 5 on Twitter. No one even knows who the fuck she is. They don't know her character's name. All they need to know is Brie Larson plus
Brie
Marvel.
Larson didn't say Shazam one goddamn time.
Fuck that movie. Yeah. I love Brie Larson. She blew me away in that Room movie that you still need to watch.
You wish.
No kidding. You see that picture I retweeted? Her in the Marvel hat? I was like, oh my god. Two great tastes that taste great together right there, man. I cannot.
You got Brie Larson in my MCU. You got MCU in my Brie Larson.
Nicely done. Yeah, I can't wait, dude. They literally this whole phase. Take all my fucking money, man.
Oh, I know. They can't take it fast enough. I can't make enough money fast enough for them to take.
I know. They have 3 movies next year and 3 movies the next year.
I wish our podcast had made us famous so we could get on the set of some of these.
Oh, man.
I would have loved to have been on the Doctor Strange set, dude. That would have finished my life.
Right.
I would have just jumped off a bridge after that because that would be the pinnacle. Fuck the kids that are coming. That's the pinnacle.
I love you, Cumberbatch. Yeah, I think that's going to be a wrap for the movie section. If you are still with us, we would really appreciate it. If you're interested, check out also our TV version of the Comic-Con, because there's actually quite a bit of TV shit to get to, too. If you'd like to check us out more, please like and subscribe. That gets you all of our content. We also do Let's Plays and reaction shows like for Game of Thrones, in addition to our main podcast. We have Facebook and Twitter links below in the description. And most importantly, if you have anyone else that you think might also enjoy our stuff, we would really appreciate the share. For Comic-Con 2016, I'm Jeff.
I'm Ron.
This has been There Will Be Expletives. And we will see you guys next time.